Here's Brody Brazil.
This is a video all about one thing. If Shohei Ohtani stays with the Los Angeles Angels or not. Now, wait a second. I know what you're thinking. Didn't he just sign a monster contract? I mean, in terms of value, $30 million, but only for 1 year. And it got signed at a kind of an odd time, October 1st. Only a couple days left in this past Major League Baseball season. Did he sign it because he just didn't want to worry about it the rest of the winter? He wanted to get it out of the way. Did he also only sign a 1-year deal with the Halos because he's not sure about the future? I mean, who was the MVP last year, is in the MVP conversation very much a frontrunner this year, and then says, you know what, I'll just do a 1-year deal. Who wouldn't want to capitalize on their last couple years of production? And especially this season, 2022, pitching and hitting like he did. I mean, it was the ultimate statement season. It's the ultimate contract season that you want to have to get your payout. Now, he signed that deal to avoid arbitration. I know some of you are already saying, well, that's why he did it. But an arbitrator might have given Ohtani even more than $30 million. He's a unicorn. So maybe $30 million for 1 year was more of a team-friendly deal than anything else. But long story short, he becomes a free agent for the 2024 season after this 1-year deal expires. But yeah, why not a long-term deal for him right now? I keep coming back to this. Does he not want to be an Angel for a long time? Is he not sure about the future and the direction of the franchise? Sounds like they're going to have an ownership change. They've already cycled through several different managers in recent years. They've only been to one playoffs in recent times, 2014, and they got swept in that series by the Royals. So in Shohei's 5 years, they've just not been competitive. And remember, he picked them. He wanted to go play with Mike Trout and have them build a team surrounding those two, and they just could not do it. For Shohei, 5 years, 566 games in Los Angeles, and yeah, never even sniffed the postseason. So maybe he signed that 1-year deal because he's not sure. Maybe he also realizes that next season, 2023, he can be a deadline deal piece. He can then kind of have the choice of where he would go. Maybe that team could assure him a long-term contract. Who knows? All I know is this. We talk about a Shohei Ohtani trade lately. I don't know if it's a winter thing. For me, it's probably more likely to be an in-season, next year's deadline type situation. Like July of 23 is when Ohtani would be on the move most likely. Because like right now, I'm not sure every team, even for Ohtani, wants to take on 1 year, only the commitment of 1 year and $30 million. That's not I said he's a rental right now, but that's not a rental here and now. He would be a rental mid next season. Again, though, $30 million is probably below the value of what Ohtani's worth. I think an arbitrator, if it went that far, would have given him more. But it's that double-edged sword. Yeah, that's below value of what he's worth, but it's also not an amount that every team has in their pocket right now and is willing or able to pay somebody. So I do think, as of right now, Ohtani wouldn't be a rental. It would be an interesting situation. He is in that rental range of 1 year or less under contract, but he would definitely be a rental come July. But here's the other part of it. His next contract, whenever that gets signed, it's going to be of the 7, 8, 9, 10-year variety, right? It's going to be a big boy. And you know what? He is later in his career. We should not forget all of his playing years overseas before he came here to Major League Baseball. So maybe I'll step back off my 10 years thing here, but let's say it's 7. Can he sustain both pitching and hitting the way he's doing it, or even at all, for 7 more years? Because you're paying him on the value of you're going to do both for us. But what happens if one quickly declines? And I don't think it's going to be hitting, by the way. It's just naturally going to be pitching. So do you structure a deal that pays a little bit less down the road, but then does he want to do that? Is it incentive-based? How do you even structure that You talk about his status now, his status moving forward, a trade. How does any team balance what he's capable of? Not just here and now. Like, we know that, and it's great. It's more than $30 million a year worth. But how about in 7 years? How does that landscape look? So again, Shohei Ohtani stays or not. I could see him departing. And I'm just saying, in terms of wanting an opportunity elsewhere, the 1-year deal, a little bit fishy, right? Something to that. Why, if you love it down there, why wouldn't you just, take the money and go and be happy and have security? So there is something to it for me. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. Is Shohei staying an Angel, or is he on the move somewhere else?